Legends of ghostly hauntings take place all over Cherokee territory. 3 historical places with absolute Jolligie connections are the Saline Courthouse, the Murrell Home, and the Jack Brown Home. The Saleen District Courthouse near Rose is the only remaining one of 9 rural courthouses built by the Cherokee Nation. Stories swirl around this historic building of a bygone era. Near the beautiful 2-story frame structure, they say the hanging tree is still alive on certain nights, and strange events happen. Legend has it that on stormy nights, events of the past can be witnessed as well. During the days of Indian Territory before Oklahoma became a state, it was said that a gunfight took place, and that 2 escaping criminals can be seen still running the grounds. During the gunfight, a woman was shot and dropped her baby in the creek in front of the courthouse, and she returns to search for her child. The Murrell Home in Park Hill holds some ghostly secrets too. Built in 1845 by George Michael Merle, Mr. Merle was married to the niece of then Cherokee Principal Chief John Ross.
There have been several things that have happened here that I couldn't explain. My story was after the Ghost Stories event one night, I believe it was in 2008, we were watching the security cameras here in the house, and I saw a black orb, solid black, about the size of a bowling ball, come through the doorway in this room in the parlor, and it walked around the furniture that was in here at just about the pace that a person would walk, and then it walked off the screen. And on that at the same time, I saw back in the kitchen something that was sitting on the mantle in there, and then just flew off of the side of the screen really quickly, and thought it might be a bird or something that had gone down one of the chimneys in here. But I came in, the house was already locked up at that time. I opened the house back up to see what it might have been, and there was nothing in here. So.
Sandy Long coordinates special events at the Jack Brown Home, a beautiful structure located on the campus of Sequoia High School in Tahlequah. Jack Brown was a teacher and superintendent at Sequoia School and Orphanage from 1921 to 1953.
Mary Brown, his daughter, she was raised here, and she passed away a few years ago, and while she was still living is when they decided to do a tribute to him and to her for this home. I asked her different things about her dad, and about one day when I was sitting by the fireplace getting ready for our first visitor, I could smell smoke, and it was not like cigarette smoke or anything, but it was smoke from like a pipe or something. So I went out to see if the gentleman that was working with me maybe was doing something outside. He wasn't, so then I saw her later on, and I said, "Marion, did your dad ever smoke a pipe in the house?" And she said, "Oh, every day at 3 o'clock he sat in front of the fireplace and smoked a pipe." And it happened to be right at 3 o'clock when I smelled that smoke. So I said, he was still with me that day. Didn't scare me. It made me feel, it was a calm feeling. It wasn't a scary feeling. It was a very calming feeling. Now, the first night before we had anyone to live here, they wanted someone to stay here to make sure that all the water and the lights and everything worked. I didn't want to do that personally, but we had Shannon Buell, which is over our marshal service now, had him come up and stay. And he said about 3 o'clock that morning, he stayed in one of the bedrooms upstairs. About 3 o'clock that morning, lights came from underneath his door. He said he would never stay here again. And he had a gun. So.
What other secrets of the past do these historical places hold? Take a visit to each of them, and maybe you will find out for yourself.